the fourth week of the hard work. Now, before I begin this video, I would like to say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. This year was by far the best year of my life. The reason is because it was a beginning of my life. It was season 1, chapter 1, whatever you call it. This was literally it. I built a foundation of good, consistent habits because I've been putting some effort, and I believe that it will pay off soon. Now, personally, I do not know how was this year for you, but the only thing I know is even if it was bad before, let's say it was, from now on, you have full on control over your future. And you know that as well. Right now, you can go and start working. Did you know that there are people who are waiting till the January 1st to start their business, their startup, whatever, to start up working, to start up growing, to start up learning something? When I've heard that, I was like, what's wrong with these people? Why are they waiting for a specific date, for a specific time? Why not now? What's holding them back? And that's when I've realized it was their beliefs. It was their mind that holds them back from the success they've all wanted. Every single one of us wants success, but not everyone achieves it. This should tell you something. Literally, go out, look for anyone around you. Most likely, 80% of guys wants the same as you. But if unlike them, you've been putting some effort, you already outsmarted them, outgrowed them, outperformed them by just simply doing stuff they refuse to do. Now, I would like to share what happened this week and some other interesting stuff, as well as my new goal, which is quite doable. It's gonna take me a couple of months, but I believe that I will achieve it. And when I'll achieve it, it will be like a new era of my life. Chapter 2, season 2, whatever. Because at that moment, I'll start making some good amount of money. Alright, it's too late, but sit down comfortably. Prepare yourself some cup of coffee, maybe a cup of tea, and listen carefully. So, the biggest achievement I've done this week is I've finally finished the book The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. I'd like to applaud to myself. Now, this book was life-changing book. If I had a tier list of the book I've ever read, I would definitely put it in the S tier category. The reason is this book makes you look at the world differently. It makes you look at the world, at everything we've been told so far, from a different perspective, from a different point of view, from a different angle, literally. This book have taught me so many great stuff that I'm forever grateful for the author for making and publishing this book, and for everyone who participated into making this book. Now, so far I have read like 12 books. It is just the beginning, I know. My goal is to read more than 100, more than thousands of great self-help books. That is my goal. And soon I'll achieve it. And so, the thing that he hath taught me, the number one most great thing, is the philosophy. The philosophy of a small, insignificant, day to day actions that most people are not willing to do because they don't see the result right now. And so they rather not do it and do something that will eventually lead them to astray. It's quite interesting, right? So the things that get you to success are not a quantum leap, are not overnight success as most people, most of us think. It is something every single day, something very, very small, insignificant, but compounded over time makes big difference. That is a slight edge in a nutshell. Because it cuts the both ways. It cuts upwards and downwards. That's how the slight edge works. And so the interesting thing I have learned from the book as well is there is no middle ground. You are either going up or down. The other interesting thing is, let's say you don't have bad destructive habits like alcohol, smoking weed, or whatever. You get what I mean. You don't have these bad habits, but you don't have the good habits as well, such as learning, meditating, exercising, all of them. So you're literally in the middle. So what's interesting is simply because you're not growing, you're not going upwards, you're going down. But you'll go much slower than the one who has destructive habits. It's not like you will be in the middle forever. You will slowly, like very slowly, start to go down. And so that's when I realized that mediocrity, average life, is not for me. Because there is no middle ground. It does not exist. It is temporary. Only in the beginning, before you go incredibly up or incredibly down. As I said, I'm very grateful for this book, to the author, and to everyone. This book have changed my life. Now, the next book I have started reading is called Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Overall, these two books are same, but what's different what's the difference between them is that the first one, the Slight Edge, is teaching you the philosophy, whilst the book Compound Effect is teaching you the system. It tells you the step by step how to actually implement it in your life. It gives you statistics, strategies, framework, everything needed to succeed. that's what this book gives us. Sorry, got thirsty. Now, I have learned quite a lot recently. And isn't that interesting? Information is everywhere. You can find answer to almost every question that you have in your mind. But still people numb themselves with instant gratification. They'd rather feel comfort than discomfort, which is unnatural for men. It doesn't make sense to me personally. Why would you rather stay in the middle or stay. Sorry, there's no middle. Why would you rather be in the down category, in the failure category, rather than success? Didn't you have a dream? I thought you did. Now, I don't mean to shame or guilt you, make you feel guilt, but I just don't understand why people don't want to change. Sorry, they want to, but they don't do it. The actions should speak for themselves, but they don't do it. It's quite interesting. Well, this is a topic that we can discuss. We could talk about for quite a long time. I know. Now, what else happened this week? I finished sculpting the sword. So, at first I was sculpting the humans, the heads, the anatomy, the body and stuff, but now I've leaned on towards hard surface sculpting. It is quite fun, and I enjoyed the process. So I've started making stylized swords, hard surface one, and my sword, it looks from as if it's straight out of the World of Warcraft type of game. It is so well made that I can't believe I have made it. It is by far the best my personal project I've ever done. And I'm really grateful. Genuinely. By now you probably got bored. I don't blame you. Today I have kind of a different energy, different vibe. Is it because of the upcoming Christmas? Is it because of the upcoming New Year? Because I know that 2026 will be a life-changing year. So 2025 was building a foundation, and 2026 is going to be building a skyscraper. Just like an analogy that I have for you. I have got rid of the bad habits completely and replaced them with the good ones instead. And so now it's not the matter of if, it's the matter of when. And the when will be soon. It's so simple. Now, I have stopped completely approaching girls solely for their Instagram. That was my thing for quite a long time, for many months. I've even made some good Instagram accounts specifically for getting girls. But nowadays, after I stopped all of the bad habits, including the PMO, the porn masturbation orgasm stuff, now I don't feel as much of an obsessive attachment, some needy energy. I don't have that. Now, still, I objectively like women, but it's in a different way. Not the same way it was before, which is unique. I feel, for the very first time, I feel such a thing. I would always be gravitating towards them. That was one of my issues. Nowadays, I just don't even bother. I don't care whether I have someone in my life or don't. You might say it's a cope, but I don't think so. Because right now I have a couple of women in my DMs. If I wanted, I could escalate towards sealing the deal. If you know, you know. Or doing anything that most guys would really love to do. But nowadays I don't really care. Whether I have someone, I don't have someone, whether something is going on or not, I don't bother myself. This is one of the changes that I've noticed recently. And I believe if this will keep on going, it will be a new sort of power that I've tapped into. The power of non neediness, abundance mindset. Call it whatever you want. It's quite cold right now. After all, December 27th, sorry, 29th? Yeah, 29. Right now it's December 29th, and it's very much cold. Since I live in Turkey, the Christmas here is not as much celebrated as in the United States, but I'd love to once go to US and see how people celebrate it there. That would be wonderful. Every year in the Christmas, watching Home Alone or listening to specific music like Last Christmas by Wham. It's quite interesting that we know all these stuff, all these movies we watched hundreds of times, yet every single year we keep rewatching them. We keep watching them again. Even though we know all the plot, we know what's gonna happen, we know who's gonna win, who's not. We know every lyric of that specific music. Yet we keep doing it. Why? Is it because of nostalgia? Is it because it just feels good? Comfort? Whatever it is, there should be a good reason for that. It's just a tendency I have noticed in myself that every year, specifically in December, I want to rewatch the Home Alone movies. Maybe it's because I'm quite jealous in terms of I've never celebrated Christmas like in that movie, and I'd love to be able to do that. Man, I'm looking forward for the United States. Can't wait for the travel, the work, the fun, the enjoyment, the emotions, everything. I can't wait to go there. Now, of course, in my mind, I have many countries that I wish to visit, that I want to visit soon. Unfortunately, US is not gonna be one of them. In like, it's not in the first list. Right now, the number one priority is Indonesia, Bali, Thailand, Japan, then Greece. Definitely Greece. I love Greek mythology. I would love to go to Mountain Olympus and see the statues of Greek gods. And unlike others, I'm gonna work for that. Not into the usual 9 to 5 type of work. No, I'm gonna do that as well. But I'm gonna do on the side something that has a potential of giving me big payoffs. So maybe in just a couple of months. Not maybe, it will definitely happen. And I'd say around 6 months from now on, I'd leave this room and start recording videos of me talking in different cities in different countries. That would be cool. I'd love to do that. Everyone has a beginning, don't they? At some point, they start making these big changes. And I will too. Now, this room is great where I am at right now, but it's not as great as you think it would be. It's, if you don't know, I'm in my kitchen right now. And here it's quite empty. I'd love to stay in a place where it has an amazing background. Now, of course, I have made some videos where I was on the top of the mountain at the peak recording myself, which was really beautiful, by the way. But it's just that every time going there really far away just to record videos, it's quite painful and tough to do. Requires me some courage. Oh, sorry, not courage. Well, since I record in the morning, it is quite hard to, in the chill, cold outside, go in the mountain and record short, like 10-20 minute video, come back home, make the time lapse, and publish the video, post the video. It's quite tough to do. And since I don't have much time, and most of it I put it into my projects, my growth, personal growth, it takes much more time. Now, about my goals, I have big ideas, big ambition for my second channel, which is called Blender Blacksmith. You can look up to, but right now it has 0 videos, 0 subscribers, so it's quite empty. I'm gonna first focus on improving my own skills for about 1 month. 1 month is more than enough. Then for the next month, I'm gonna make a course. It'll probably take me even 2 weeks, I believe, because it is not that hard. Make a single course, and afterwards, start publishing on YouTube around this course. So if, let's say, my course is the Earth, the content creation, the YouTube videos is gonna be like a moon. It's gonna go around the Earth. That is my goal for the next 3 months. It is achievable. It is easy to do. And I believe I will manage to pull this off. Alright guys, it's been 27 minutes of me yapping on the camera, and it's time for me to go. As I said in the beginning, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Enjoy the last few days of this year before it finally goes away. Remember, belief plus action equals correction.